Hello students, this is the part 2 video for chapter number 5 from history. So today we are going to learn this topic, that is response to the reforms. The British believed that Indian society had to be reformed. So here last chapter also we have learned that British wanted the Indian people to be civilized, and here the Indian society had to be reformed. So they believed that the Indian society should be reformed. Laws were passed to stop the practice of sati and encourage the remarriage of widows. So what they have done to reform the Indian society, they started passing out the law. Forward practice of sati. So what do you mean by sati? When the husbands die, the wife used to jump into the funeral of the husband. So this was the practice that was followed in the past, and widows were not allowed to get remarried. So here the British tried to encourage the remarriages, and how they have encouraged the remarriages of widows by passing out the law and by stopping the practice of sati also. They had passed a law to stop the practice of sati. Even though they started promoting the English language education, that was also necessary in India. After 1830, the company allowed Christian missionary to function freely in its domain and even on land and property. So this was the year 1830. Company allowed Christian missionaries to function freely in India, and even they were allowed to purchase the land. They can purchase the property. So in 1850, a new law was again passed. Now what was this law for? To make conversion to Christianity easier. So by this law, any of the Hindu or Muslim can convert themselves into a new religion, that is Christian. So they can convert themselves into Christianity. This law allowed an Indian who had converted Christianity to inherit the property of his ancestors. Now how they have lured, how the company has given the offer, like if they are converting themselves into Christianity, then they can get back their ancestral property which was being taken from them in the past, because they were not able to pay the debt. That we have also learnt in the the previous chapter. So here they got a chance to get their ancestral land back or property back if they are converting themselves into Christianity. Many Indians began to feel that the British were destroying their religion, their social custom, and even their traditional way of life. So many agreed. In the previous line you can see, as they were getting the ancestral land, so many have agreed and they converted themselves into the Christianity, new religion, but many were opposing it. Many began to feel that they were destroying the religion and the way of living, how they used to live, and even the social custom what they were following. There were of course other Indians who wanted to change existing social practices. In this paragraph, in first two lines, we have learned that the practices of sati system or the widow remarriages. So here sati system has to be stopped and widow remarriage has to be encouraged. So these kind of social practices they want to change. The Indians wanted to change. So in one sense, the Britishers were helping out to change the practices which were wrongly followed in India. So about the social practices we will learn in detail in the 7 chapters about the reformers and reform. The girls' education was also an issue in the past time, and sati system already we have understood little bit over here, and even the widows remarriage. So who has encouraged this, who come up with the various movement that we are going to learn in 7th chapter. Now we are going to move to the next topic, that is through the eyes of the people. To get a glimpse of what people were thinking those days about British rule, study sources 1 and 2 is given in your textbook. So we have to understand what were the people were thinking about the British rule. So from these two sources we are going to understand. First source, the list of 84 rules. Now what is 84 rules? Given here, this is an excerpt from the book Maja Pravas. Now Maja Pravas is a Marathi word. It means my journey. This book was being written by Vishnu Bhat Godse, and he was a Brahmin from a village of Maharashtra. He and his uncle had set out to attend a yagna being organized in Mathura. So they were going to Mathura to attend an yagna. Vishnu Bhat writes that they met some sepoy on the way who told them they should not proceed on the journey because a massive upheaval was going to break out in 3 days. So here while they were going to Mathura, they were being stopped by the sepoys and also warned them that within 3 days, like the coming 3 days, a massive upheaval is going to break out. Something major is going to happen. So the sepoy asked him, the Vishnu Bhat and his uncle, to not to attend the yagna, or not to go for the journey, to get back to their home. The sepoys said the English were determined to wipe out the religion of the Hindus and Muslims. They had made a list of 84 rules and announced these in gathering of all big kings and princes in Calcutta. They said that the kings refused to accept these rules and warned the English of dire consequence and massive upheaval if these are implemented. That the king all returned to their capital in great anger. All the big people began making plans. A date was fixed for the war of religion, and the secret plan had been circulated from the cantonment in Meerut by letter sent to different cantonment. So here what was the extra detail given by the sepoy? They said to stop the journey, and they said that the English were determined. So they have taken a firm decision that they are going to wipe out which religion? The Hindu and Muslim, because they have already introduced the Christianity. So they want to they want all Indian to follow the new religion, and they want to wipe out the Hindu and Muslim religion. So for that what they have done, they made a list of 84 rules, and this was being announced where the kings and prince were invited, and in front of them this was being announced, where in Calcutta. So when they heard, the kings and princes, when they heard these 84 rules, so the kings refused to accept this kind of rules, and even they warned the English that if they try to just implement this, then they have to face the consequence. It means they are going to protest, because this is the wrong rules what they are going to implement. So the kings and the princes all returned to their capitals with great anger, because they doesn't want to follow this kind of rules, because they were hurting their religion or religious practices. So all the big peoples, they started making big plan. Now for what? To protest against the company. Now here they have planned. What they have planned? A date was fixed for a war of religion, and even the secret plan what they have planned already. It was being circulated from the cantonment in Meerut. From there they started writing the letter, and this letter was being circulated to the different cantonment of different part of India. So this is the way how they were getting the support of the others also. Now see the source 2. There was soon excitement in every regiment. Another account we have from those days are the memoirs of Subedar Sitaram Pandey. Sitaram Pandey was recruited in 1812 as a sepoy in the Bengal Native Army. He served the English for 48 years and retired in 1860. He helped British to suppress the rebellion, though his own son was a rebel and was killed by British in front of his eyes. On retirement, he was persuaded by his commanding officer, that is Norgate, to write his memoirs. He completed the writing in 1861 in Awadhi, and Norgate translated it into the English and had it published under the title From Sepoy to Subedar. So here the another account, the source 2 we are having. So in those days, this was the memoir. This excerpt is taken from the memoir of Subedar Sitaram Pandey. Now, who was Subedar Sitaram Pandey? He was a sepoy under company. So he was recruited in 1812 in Bengal Native Army. He served English for 48 years and he was retired in which year? 1860. He also helped out British to suppress all the rebellion which was against the Britishers, and even one of the rebel was his son only, and his son was being killed by the Britishers in front of his father's eyes only. But then too also he was working for the company, he was honest, and he served Britishers or English for 48 years. Now on the retirement, his commanding officer, his name was Norgate, he persuaded him to write down his memoirs. So because it was being asked by the commanding officer, so he has started writing down his memoir. He completed his writing by 1861. Then in short, within 1 year he has completed. And in which language he has written his memoir? That was Awadhi language. Now later on, Norgate has translated that book into the English language and has given the title, that is From Sepoy to Subedar. Now here is an excerpt from the what Sitaram Pandey wrote. It is my humble opinion the seizing of oath filled to minds of sepoys with distrust and led them to plot against the government. Agents of Nawab of Oudh and also of the King Delhi were sent all over India to discover the temper of the army. They worked upon the feeling of sepoys, telling them how treacherously the foreigners had behaved towards their kings. They invented 10,000 lies and promises to persuade the soldiers to mutiny and turn against their master, the English, with the object of restoring the Emperor of Delhi to the throne. They maintained that this was wholly within the army's power if the soldier would only act together and do as they were advised. So this excerpt was taken from the same book what the Sitaram Pandey has written. So what he has said in his excerpt, so he said that it was his humble opinion that the oath filled the mind of sepoys. So in last chapter we have learned that the oath here means in the past time it was known as oath. Actually it is Awadh, the kingdom. So you may remember that last chapter we have learned that the Awadh was taken by the Britishers by saying that that was being misgoverned by the rulers, by the kings. So they are going to seize the oath, Awadh, you can say. So how they have seized the Awadh? By filling up the minds of the sepoys with the distrust and led them to plot against the government. So here the people of Awadh were not happy. The reason what was being given by the company, even the rulers were also not happy, and they protested. In last chapter also we have learned that they started protesting. They were not happy the reason what they have given. So here how they started protesting against the company. Later on, the agents of Nawab of Awadh and as well as the agents of King of Delhi, now they sent a number of agents. These agents were being sent in the different part of India to discover the temper of army. To discover the temper of army here means to discover the temper of every soldier. Now they were working upon the feeling of the sepoy by telling them how rudely and how treacherously, it means how rudely the foreigners has behaved with their kings, and how they have seized the kingdom, and how they were exploiting their kingdom and even the people. So they created 10,000 lies and as well as promises, and forced all the soldiers to mutiny. Here mutiny means to go against the master or to disobey the master. So here the sepoy turned against the master. It means they were not obeying. They were not going to obey their master. So that were English. English here means Britishers. Now for what purpose this was being done? Because the king want their kingdom back. They want to get back to their throne. So this thing was maintained in wholly within the army's power, because from the starting only we are learning this, that the king is nothing without the soldiers. Even in your 7th standard you have learned about the circle of justice, that without the peasant over there, or without the soldiers, the king is nothing. So everything is working with the support. So they need the support, that supreme support of the soldiers. So if they are becoming apart together, then they can fight against the English government. Now it chanced that about this time the Sarkar sent parties of men from each regiment to different garrison for instruction in the use of the new rifle. These men performed a new drill for some time, until a report got about by some means or the other that the cartridges used for these new rifles were greased with the fat of cows and pigs. The men from our regiment wrote to other in the regiment telling them about this, and there was soon excitement in every regiment. Some men pointed out that in 40 years of service nothing had ever been done by the Sarkar to insult their religion. But as I have already mentioned, the sepoy's mind had been inflamed by the seizure of oath. Interested parties were quick to point out that the great aim of the English was to turn all into Christians, and they had therefore introduced the cartridges in order to bring this about, since both Mohammedans and Hindus would be defiled by using it. So the Colonel Sahib was of the opinion that the excitement which even he could not fail to see would pass off as it had done before, and recommended me to go to my home. So here the another thing, as we discussed, that there were 10,000 of lies and 10,000 of promises what the king and the Nawab has given to the soldiers. So many of the parties of men from each regiment were sent to the different garrison to give away instruction about the new rifle. They also performed drill. They got the practices to use this new rifle. But later on, some sort of news they got about the new rifle, that was that the cartridges what they were using, that was being greased by the fat of cows and pigs. Now this both thing is been forbidden in their own religions. Cow is considered as a holy animal in Hindu. Pigs were forbidden for the Muslim. So they both are not going to touch this cartridges what is being greased by the fat of these two animals. And even the another thing what was being in the news, that was that as they are Hindu and Muslim, they are not going to touch. And this was the reason why they introduced this new rifle, to convert them into a new religion, that was Christians. Because Christians, there is nothing forbidden, like the cow is not forbidden, or the pigs are not forbidden. They can touch the fat, or they can touch the cartridges which was being greased by the fat of these two. So there is no restriction in the new religion, that is Christian, and that has to be followed. What the English are asking to use the new rifle, but already they were inflamed by the Awadh's king, that is Nawab of Awadh, and as well as the king of Delhi. So already sepoys were inflamed by these two, and when they got these two another news, they already went their temper high. So the Mohammedans and Hindus are going to refuse this, as I said. Now Colonel Sahib, his opinion was what? As the excitement already has seen, he understood that the sepoys are going to protest, but he thought that it would pass off later on, once they will protest for a shorter period of time, but later on it would pass off. And the Sitaram Pandey was asked to and even recommended to get back to the home. So this was the thing what the sepoy has faced, how the anger came out with the help of the king and Nawab, and how they started protesting against the Britishers. The next topic, the mutiny becomes a popular rebellion, that we are going to cover in the next part of video. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.